Going to send you a text earlier saying number 5 is alive.
You are live.
Yeah, the bar's going ever so slowly, setting up your meeting for a YouTube live. And send you a text earlier saying number 5 is alive. Oh, that is live.
You are live.
Good.
We're doing a test, folks, just so you know.
YouTube live. And that's very good. Hello, everyone. If everyone is here, I don't know who is here or not, but that's all good. We are going to just have a little bit of a chat because we've got this event coming up. And hello, Tanys. Long time no see.
Hello. How are you, Michael?
I'm feeling bouncy. You know, in Australia, we got kangaroos. So
you're bouncy today.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
Me and Murgatroyd.
Very nice. Murgatroyd.
Yep. He's on a fast. He's not allowed to eat anything for a while.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. We should put a question out. The one you asked me earlier. What do angels eat?
That's right. Indeed.
See what the feedback is for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The energies have certainly been crazy this week. So we're looking at big stuff happening. I can certainly share some of that if you're up for that. There we are. And you see that. There we go. That's our what we're doing right now.
Yep.
And we have the Schumann resonance, which has an ad in front of it right there. So you may have noticed today we've had some interesting energies. This here is a spike in our Schumann resonance. See here, it's 27 to 16. So we've been going back and forth. And then if we look here, we have a high KP index up here up to a 5. It only goes to 9. So most times we're down in the lower end here and we're a little bit higher. We haven't actually had a whole lot of solar storms or solar flares. It's been the lower ones in the sea level for the last day or so. We just had one up there in the M. So, but people are feeling it, Michael. People are feeling the energies.
Indeed. And I'm not getting my green line around my screen, so I don't know whether you can see me or not. That's fun. I'll just talk anyway. So for those who don't really know much about the Schumann resonance, without going into great depth, just give us a bit of an overview, like what kinds of things are caused by upswings and downswings.
Well, we certainly feel it in our bodies. The Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of the earth. So it's the vibrational frequency of the earth. And so when we have these big jumps in the Schumann resonance, we feel it because we're on the earth. So we feel these big jumps happen. So our baseline is 7.8 hertz as the earth is. And when we get up to 27 and stuff, we're feeling it. So people will feel like an anxiety. They'll feel super tired. All sorts, a whole myriad of symptoms. Sometimes people get headaches and stuff like that. So it's how we're upgrading the earth, though. It's all of that stuff is raising the vibration of the earth. So it's actually happening for us, not to us, but can be uncomfortable. So we just have to do lots of self-care, ground all that energy into the earth, and breathe.
And what's the upside?
The upside when we raise our frequency?
Well, not so much that, but for the planet and all of that, like, yeah.
Well, the lower vibrational frequency is more fear-based frequency, whereas when we start to raise our vibration higher, it's more in that love frequency. So it's definitely better, healthier for everybody for us to be in that higher frequency. We got a lot of fear happening on the earth right now, as we all know. So the more we can have these spikes in the Schumann and solar flares and coronal mass ejections and all of that, which help to raise our vibration, the more we can start to move into that higher frequency on a regular basis. And we go through this when we have influxes of energy coming in. it brings up all the denser energy that's inside, because when we have high vibration coming in, the dense stuff can't, there's no room for it. So we have to release it. So, well, we may find that people are a little more emotional. People, they're fearful and they get angry or depressed. Might have old trauma stuff coming up. All of that is just because there's no more room for us to hold that in the body because of the high vibrations coming in. So ultimately, it's really good for us. But during the whole sort of thing, we have to sort of surf those waves as we're going through. So,
right. Wow. So let me just get organized here. I'm going to share the screen. Tell me if it works. And you can see that, except the bars down the bottom there.
Yep.
There we go.
Bar.
So, yeah, we've got this discussion panel coming up, Beyond the Limits of Healing. And that is February 12th. And the dates are there, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and everywhere around the world, it's all different. So you can check your own time on the World Time Buddy kind of chart. And yeah, do you want to have a bit of a rave about that so far? Talk about, I guess, maybe?
Sure. It's a great panel of very, very talented healers. So it's going to be an awesome discussion. I think it would be great, actually, Michael, if you want to talk about sort of what healing is, because we talked about that the other day, about what the sort of philosophy of healing is from the perspective that we're going into it at. I think what we spoke about was where healing is about self-discovery and about allowing us to discover who our true self really is, right? That divine spark within. And so that's kind of my understanding of healing. That's certainly what I use in my practice is that self-discovery piece. And then, the other part is managing the energies. How are we going to transmute those energies and move through it? And how do we manage those within the body? And I think these three guests are going to do a great job at explaining how they do that with their clients, with their modalities. They each have modalities and stuff that they have brought through and that they're using. So I think it's going to be a great way to, maybe bring some education about healing and what it really means. Because I think we get caught in the thought about it being very Western medicine in terms of what healing is. Like you want to heal a cut, or you want to heal something that's been broken. But healing goes beyond that, right? It goes into the energy, it goes into the emotional piece, it goes into all of those parts as well. And that's the transmutation of the energies that come along with that. Bringing up the trauma energy to release it so that we don't have to carry it anymore, that sort of thing. So I think that's going to be a very interesting discussion.
Yeah.
For all of
Yeah. Wow. And I'll share again. So we'll run through the guests in a minute. But my inspiration to call it Beyond the Limits of Healing really came from hearing Simon and Maureen and various others like Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden and a few others talking about what is happening. And obviously this has been in development for quite a long time. It's an amazing kind of thing now where we're going into healing ourselves and like with Maureen, tuning into the imprint of our perfect health as a human being. And this all speaks to Beyond Being Human, where these tools are at our fingertips. We just need to know how to use them, and various people can help along those lines as well. So I'll just quickly share screen again. And I'm going to move that thing down. Actually, there we go. So Maureen, pioneer, futurist, originator of inner resonance technologies, and the author of Your Magical Evolutionary Code Unleashed, The Science of Inner Resonance. endorsed by Bruce Lipton and resourced on his website and in his last 2 books. And these bios are here, and there's a link to much longer information too. I won't go there now. But if you go to beyond-the-limits-of-healing. Sorry about the dashes. But I keep wondering whether having the whole thing without the dashes helps or hinders. I don't know. Anyway, so Maureen's done an amazing healing on me last year. I had a locked shoulder, which is very, very nearly all gone now. And so I got to know her, and she's a lovely lady.
I've had a healing with her as well. It was lovely. Yeah.
Hang on a sec. I can't quite swap out of there quick enough. So anyways, just say it again.
Okay. I had a wonderful healing with Maureen as well. It was very powerful.
Yep. And so Simon Hinton, I'm really kind of just getting to know. We've had quite a few long conversations. An amazing guy, and Tanys recently did a great interview with Simon, and actually I'll put all of these links underneath the video on YouTube. And Melissa Sophia Joy is the last guest, but also to mention that Tanys is a remarkable healer in her own right, and she'll tell us all about herself. But Melissa and I had a big, long discussion yesterday, and she officially now is going to be one of the main presenters of the Beyond Being Human documentary, which is very exciting. And as she keeps sharing more and more about her inner world and past lives and all of that, it's like, wow, I didn't expect that. So you'll get to hear more about that soon. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. So yeah, there's Tanys, and you can read all about her, and her profile page, see if that works, is there. Love that shot. And you can read all about it and the various links to things. And actually, do you want to have a quick chat about Twillo Lifestyle Community?
Sure. So that's a company that I started 9 years ago now, somewhere in there. And it really just started off me doing Reiki in my basement. And we now have 4 practitioners, and we've started a school. So we've got the Twillo Lifestyle Academy, where we have 6 other teachers as well as myself. And it's we all have our specialties, all the teachers and all of the practitioners, we all have our specialties. So it's a lot of fun to be able to work with the people that I consider friends, and it's an honor to work with all of them. And yeah, so we're here and forming community so that people have somewhere to be, and just like you, Michael. And I just love the collaboration that we can have with Beyond Being Human. We definitely all share the same goals and that for humanity, in terms of bringing people together and, getting information out there and teaching, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a great collaboration. And what you were looking at on the screen was Jennifer Jakowski and I do a Twillo talk once a week. And that's on Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern. So we do that together. And then we do all sorts of other stuff with Michael as well. And I also do another podcast with the Alliance for Extraterrestrial Diplomatic Contact called Bridge to the Galaxy. So that's a lot of fun too. So we're just having fun doing podcasts and getting out there and meeting people, raising the vibe, right?
Yeah, we certainly are. I'm just going to share screen again. And just out of interest, did my face pop up when I started talking?
On my end, Michael, I see only you're big all the time. So, because I have it in speaker mode, so you're always big. I'm the little box at the top.
Okay, okay.
So I can't tell.
So the other thing that we've got happening is the support groups, which I'm really excited about. And this has been quite a long time coming. And so I'll just read a little bit. The Beyond Being Human support groups are hosted by a range of people with varying skills, experiences, and insights. This is deliberate so that people can find those hosts who may suit their needs most. And anyway, you can read all about this here on beyondbeinghuman.org/support-groups. And we've got dates coming up. March 4th, Susan and Rachel, Tanys and Jennifer that's coming up real soon, February 15th.
It is. Yep.
Yeah. And Maureen on February 22, which is great. And you can watch this introductory video too. I wonder if it'll play. There we go. It's funny sound though, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I recommend people go to the site there, to that particular address, and take a look. It's there's a lot more information to be had in that video too, because it was quite a long video. So
it was.
And see if it suits you, because we'd love to have you.
Yeah. And it's something that's going to be growing. The kind of healers primarily and consultants and therapists of different kinds will be joining us. So in the pipeline is Hildegard Gemeiner, and she was on that video, but she hasn't participated just yet. And there's also a lady called Claudia who's going to start a children's group with Megan, who's been one of our long-term assistance helpers and yet to be a presenter as such, but this will be a step in towards that. And she wrote a book called Moon Dream, which you can look up on the Beyond Being Human website as well. And lastly, let me share this. Jennifer is hosting this. We got talking a while back, and both of us have a passion about learning from and about different kind of mystics through the history. And she got excited about hosting this panel, and yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. So mystics embody what each of us can evolve into when we nurture our divine spark. And the more we engage with this path, the deeper, richer, and more expansive it becomes. And again, you can come to this page, beyondbeinghuman.org/mystics, nice and simple. And there's Jennifer's bio, and she's also in the support groups, obviously. And we're planning a panel coming up. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be yet, but Melissa will be on that. She is a mystic in her own right, and various other people. And if you aren't aware of it before, I have been writing articles for Supernal magazine, and this is one of the latest ones, in fact, the latest one, which is all about Swedenborg. Actually, this isn't the one. That's the one here. And you can read that article there, or preferably even subscribe to Supernal magazine. And the links are here. You can just click that and get some more information, and the link directly to the different magazines, which are online for free. And then there's various other options if you want to get involved further. So that's all happening. And also to let you know, just while I'm here, this mystics thing is part of the virtual realm exchange, which is going to be growing a library of mystical wisdom, knowledge, and multidimensional experience. And these topics are what we focus on in our panels and in the documentary, and we're just sort of building it as we go.
These are also the topics that we discuss on for explorations. We often touch on each of those as well.
Explorations. Let me jump over to that. And then I guess we have to wrap up because time's running out. Gee, time goes, doesn't it?
It does.
Like minute by minute by minute just goes. So you notice I changed that to conversations with fascinating beings.
Yes. We do have fascinating beings. It's amazing.
We had a discussion whether to just have fascinating humans, and Tanys piped up and said, they're beings. We got lots of beings. Yeah.
Well, we do a lot of talk with channels. So, we may have other beings depending on the show. We shall see where it all takes us.
Indeed, yeah. So recently you had a good long talk with Maureen and previously with Brian, University Galacticus. And I'm in the throes of editing Sylvain. That's coming soon, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can tune in there. So that's simply beyondbeinghuman.org/explorations. And yeah.
And stay tuned for one with Simon Hinton to come on there as well, right?
That is published already.
Okay, so we can see that on the YouTube page.
YouTube, and have I put it on the web? I need to check.
I'm not sure if it's on the website. That's the one I'm not sure about. So I know that it went to our Facebook page, Beyond Being Human Facebook page, and it's been published on YouTube already. So
yeah, let me
did that one live. So
check. Yeah, I may not have indexed it, but yeah, it's on the way very shortly, very, very shortly.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah. So this is great. I'm feeling this year is going to be really full of activity for Beyond Being Human in all sorts of different ways. And hopefully fairly soon we'll have an announcement about the documentary too. And it's looking good. And one last thing, very important thing. Let me find the webpage. Share this again. And I have recently finished this presentation, which if you just let it sit there, it's going to roll through. And it's the most information about the Beyond Being Human project that's ever been published. It's a 60-page slideshow, basically, with lots of information. All updated graphics with our new logo too. How do you like the new logo?
I like it. Yeah.
Yep.
It brings in all the multidimensional being aspect, right?
Yeah, and designed by Shelley Bowman, our CEO of the company, which a lot of people probably don't even realize we've formed a company so that we can work with a whole range of different organizations for the documentary in particular. And anyway, this is there, beyondbeinghuman.org/inviting-new-members. And yeah, I had fun doing this. It took a little bit of time, revision after revision after revision. Each time that's finished, but no, it wasn't quite finished. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I just was liking the pyramid. I have an affinity for that, so.
Yep. So there we go. Any last words? What's happening coming up for you in Twillo Talk and
Well,
exploration. We don't actually have someone booked for explorations next yet.
not yet. It's in the works though.
Maybe Melissa.
That could be. Yes. And I know we have one with Jen that's in the works as well coming, right? So that's the other one. And then, yeah, got some other people in mind that we're going to have a little chat with. So
could we see about getting a gray alien, tall white or tall gray? Or
I usually deal with the blue ones, but we can have a chat. I'll see what I can do.
okay.
I'll see what
or an Arcturian. I'm not fussy. Like just
well,
want to hear from someone.
Arcturian we could probably manage. There's a few that are actually embodied in humans, so we could probably manage that. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yep.
And one other last thing that I wanted to mention is, well, I called this Backstage at Beyond, but in actual fact, what is intended for Backstage at Beyond is our reopening of the Patreon page and system and what have you. And it's going to be very in-depth private conversations with a number of really amazing people. And I'm yet to invite and get a date for Adam Apollo. Adam and I have been in discussions too about him being one of the main presenters on the documentary, which is very exciting. And he's got Core Nexus in development slowly but surely, but it's going to be coming hopefully this year.
He just published a new book too.
Yeah.
The Dragon Key. I just got it, so I'm looking forward to delving into that.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be talking all about that. But people probably don't know about the private Facebook page that we've got. But if you wanted to email me beyondbeinghuman@gmail.com, I'll give you links and things and admit you into that. There is a public Facebook page, which is simply facebook.com/beyondbeinghuman. Try to make it as easy as possible. And sometimes there's pointers to the private Facebook group there. But we've also got the Instagram page, which is kind of, I really enjoy doing the graphics for that. And let me see if I can get that real quick. And so here we go. And we'll wrap up any moment now. There we go. Nice and colorful.
It is.
Yep. And for those of you who missed my birthday party, I'm yet to post the videos and you can catch up there. We had a fun couple of hours talking a lot about the support groups, which was great. But, yeah, check out the Instagram. It's instagram.com/beyondbeinghumanmedia, which is the name of the company. And yeah, I hope to talk to Deborah Moldo soon too, and I'm going to invite her to the Mystics panel. And she is the president of Evolutionary Leaders, and it's an amazing organization. There's Susan, who's a longtime friend now, and in the 60-page presentation at the end, or in the middle actually, I put a veil, Nadi Hana and Michael Rhodes, and I still miss them, as well as Celestine Starr, who's on the last page of that presentation. So anyway, you can all check that out, and so great to have this little chat.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Well,
It's
now,
always great to chat with you.
I suppose because I'm the host of Backstage at Beyond, I had you on, but I was going to say, well, maybe you had me on. Or,
Well, we had each other on. How about we do with that? Other on.
cool. Anyway, thank you, everyone who.
Co-host.
Yeah, the ghost of a host.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, well, we do go into the paranormal and supernatural a little bit, so I like calling the Zoom hosts ghosts.
Cool.
Okay, so thank you, folks, and I now need to work out how to stop this live stream.